Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a third party. We got to talk about this.
Yeah, we got to talk about this.
It's a somber one.
We got to talk
We do have to talk.
about this specifically.
Yes, that is the point.
Yeah. You're doing great.
So,
You're-
well, you're the one interrupting.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about this. Is like, it's more of like a singular subject,
Yeah. Like a,
and
I wouldn't call it a master class or anything, but it's
well, I mean, you're not.
true. So it's just science.
But yeah, we got to talk about this. A legend in the manga and anime world.
Anima?
Passed away on March 1st. It was only reported on the 8th or 7th.
I don't know if
7th
that's
or 8th.
is it normal for like that news to like link, like it feels weird that like that news didn't break fast.
I
'cause
think Japan just has a lot more respect for people than we do.
that's fair. That's
So
fair.
it's like, hey, Matthew Perry just died in his fucking hot tub. Let's get it out 5 minutes before anything else.
TMZ's
so we can
got the story.
speculate about
TMZ.
drugs.
Yeah.
But Akira Toriyama died, the creator of Dragon Ball, artist for character design and Chrono Trigger, and the Dragon Quest series.
Yeah, I didn't realize that
His
Dragon
art
Ball
is iconic. It's like, it's very like you can't mistake it. It's like,
No.
oh, that's yeah.
it's probably the leader in shonen. Like a lot of people want to give a lot of people want to give One Piece the accreditation for being like the greatest of shonen. I won't get on that bandwagon. I do think Dragon Ball Z is far more welcoming. It's a lot easier to digest as far as like a content. It's broken up, even though it is one long story, it is broken up into sagas. So you don't have to invest in the entirety of the universe for things to kind of come together and make sense. I mean, the best argument you can make for One Piece is the different, like the East Blue series and then like the Arlong
Yeah,
Park.
I don't know. Dragon Ball's always been more digestible. Like I always had a bone to pick with One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mostly just because, like, the anime wise and how they set up the show.
Until I started doing research into Akira Toriyama, I didn't realize how many projects he was doing, how many projects and how many years of his career he had before Dragon Ball. And I didn't realize, like, I knew that there would be a kind of a journey of development for him, but I didn't realize how many revisions to like the Dragon Ball story he kind of went through before he settled. Because there was he did a bunch of like test projects to like feel out the audience and see if there was a desire for this project. Because originally he didn't want to do like martial arts manga, like he didn't want to do like the fighting scene manga style.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was doing other projects, and I guess his editor had a really significant influence on him doing a martial arts manga. No, this is before Dragon Ball as a concept even existed in Toriyama's head.
Like early 80s, late
Yeah,
70s, early 80s.
exactly. And he was already established. He already had other manga that he was doing, but he wanted to switch things up. But he didn't want to do martial arts manga, but he was trying to come up with a new concept, and his editor kept pushing him for it because he was really passionate and really into projects like, or he was really into like Jackie Chan inspired projects and martial arts concepts like that.
Who doesn't love JC? When
Right.
you say JC, I don't think Jesus Christ. I think
Jackie Chan, yeah, the OG,
Yeah.
the real one,
The real one.
the guy who collected all 12 talismans in Jackie Chan Adventures, and I don't know if there's 12, maybe there's more, but Jackie Chan.
That
Adventures.
is a very niche.
That's a reference.
That's a niche reference.
That's a hard drop.
It's like even like hardcore Jackie Chan fans didn't watch.
That is
fucking
acorn falling on a car. Niche reference right there.
show. But it's like like when you think shonen, like Dragon Ball is like the first thing that pops in your head.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball made shonen.
Right. And I think One Piece keeps getting covered. Like One Piece keeps getting like the flagship of everything because it's still ongoing, because it's big, because
it's the highest selling franchise of all time too.
One Piece.
One Piece, yeah. In all media.
Okay, yeah, in all media. Which actually even still surprises me because Dragon Ball has had 30 video games, maybe less, maybe more, but it's had like including like Game Boy games, like all the different PlayStation games, like the Budokai series, you got 3 of those. The Tenkaichi series, you got 3 of those. The Xenoverse 1 and 2. So you're already at 8 just with like the
Kakarot, Fighters, Breakers, where you play like a civilian running away from.
Right. So I mean, like it's probably south of 30, but it's probably closer to 20 after you grab all the niche ones, because there's like there's like 3 or 4 Game Boy games, the Game Boy Advance games that were all Dragon Ball related. Then you have the trading card game with Dragon Ball.
There's a trading card game?
Yeah, there's a TCG for Dragon Ball. I haven't played it, but I mean, it's not obvious to me that anyone plays this TCG, but
especially around here. I don't think that's
small.
That's popping off.
No, but the trading cards are here, but it's definitely not like if you find someone who's like, "Hey, can we get together and have a Dragon Ball trading card game?" I don't know how the mechanics of it work.
A Dragon Ball card game in Midwest US.
I've only learned 3 different trading card games. It's Yu-Gi-Oh, Weiss Wars, and
what'd you call me?
Magic the Gathering. Weiss Wars is actually kind of cool. It's a culmination.
I don't care right now.
It's a culmination of all sorts of different anime made up into one trading card game. So you can grab like Attack on Titan, and you could play the Attack on Titan deck, or you could grab Fairy Tail, play the Fairy Tail deck, or Kill la Kill.
My trading card game experience is like Gwent.
What the fuck's a Gwent?
You've never played Witcher.
Oh, right.
Or Queen's Blood in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth?
So like, Toriyama passed away. Apparently, what I heard was that it was a blood clot in his brain, so a brain clot.
Yeah, I just heard it was like some like head trauma or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, so it's probably true that Japan has like a culture around respect when it comes to death and things like that, but it is a little weird that the...
yeah, let's not have the news break the news to the rest of the family.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I always thought the culture of Japan was actually something to be kind of impressed by or like respected. Unlike
it's
unlike
a very
other cultures.
high trust respect society.
Yeah.
That we should mirror.
We should try to. Yeah. We should absolutely do that.
And you can sell panties from vending machines too.
And then you got yeah. And then you have everything else going on with the world where you had in a vacuum, all of the Dragon Ball projects that have come out lately have all been wishy-washy. And I know that Toriyama's kind of been handing over some of the reins to his like second in command, Toyotaro. And I really like his design. So like specifically, I want to make sure I'm getting his name right. Toyotaro. He's accredited for some of the Gods of Destruction designs. And
cats?
What's that?
So he likes cats.
He loves kitty cats. That's his thing.
He might have that disease that cats give you.
Yeah. Well,
to make you fall more in love with them.
Well, I really do like the designs he gave for the Gods of Destruction and things like that. I thought those were good designs. I mean, he's also partially responsible for Granola and Maro.
The bar?
Granola?
Yeah.
No, the character from Dragon Ball Super.
Oh.
From the manga. From what's going on.
I thought it was just a high protein fiber bar that you eat every morning.
I mean, it's that too. It could be 2 things. Like a lot of I don't care for the fact that a lot of these Dragon Ball characters are like named after like really like weird shit.
Well, I mean, a lot of
and that goes back a long way.
A lot of original Dragon Ball characters are named after fucking vegetables.
Yep. Like Vegeta,
yep. Kakarot, Piccolo.
Yep. Did you know that
Krillin? Like kale?
Do you know who Toriyama's favorite DBZ character was? Do you know who it is? I'm actually I was really surprised to hear this.
My guess I'm gonna go with Piccolo, but
yeah, you aced it. Yeah, Piccolo.
Fuck yeah.
I was thinking
he's my favorite.
I was thinking Gohan because obviously it goes way back to like when in the Cell Saga, Gohan was originally intended to be like the carryover into like the future content and stuff. He was meant to be the main character. Like
we're gonna circle back to that.
Yeah.
We got a lot to say about how it went.
Yeah, we have a lot to say about how it went.
Dragon Ball is like my introduction into anime. This is the first anime I ever saw.
Yeah. Mine was Zoids.
Zoids?
Yeah. Zoids.
That sounds like a exclamation.
Zoids.
Like something scares you. You're like, Zoids!
Zoids!
Scooby!
Jinkies!
Yeah, exactly.
Jinkies! No, so Toonami was the cartoon, Toonami was a evening and late night content platform for Cartoon Network. It was the deployment method for anime and a lot of Japanese content and a lot of that style of content being delivered into the US, where you had the English dubs of all of this Japanese content being delivered into the US.
Yeah, I had to go to like all your guys' houses back in like elementary school to even like consume Dragon Ball content because I didn't get the white privilege. I was poor and only had 4 channels.
Yeah, local channels.
So yeah, and then like I got screwed out of Saturday morning cartoons because of church, and then I got screwed out of everything else because I didn't have fucking cable or anything.
Yeah, not to get into the religious side of things, but the fact that your religion requires you to go to church on Saturdays is far more demanding than most churches when you're a kid.
Hey man, it's either you miss Saturday morning cartoons or fucking
hellfire forever.
No, or you miss Sunday kickoff.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me even today.
Yeah, I'd still.
Comment below if you would rather have missed Saturday morning cartoons as a kid or as an adult miss out on Sunday kickoff.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's going to be kind of a one-sided one for a lot of our audience, but we'll see.
No, I'm here at an older age, just consuming the shit out of everything that I missed Saturday mornings.
Oh yeah,
watching the old school TMNT and the X-Men, and
for me it was Digimon, because Digimon was on Saturday morning Fox
that
Fox
was a
Kids.
Quick one though. It didn't last very long.
No, it's still going. Digimon's still going strong.
I meant
it wasn't as popular.
Yeah,
it wasn't as popular. I mean, it was as Digimon was as present as Yu-Gi-Oh, as Pokemon, as a lot of other product that were on TV at that time, but it was probably it probably took third string. It was probably Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, and obviously there are people who have their own personal preferences, but that's probably how it evolved for the majority of people. But Toonami was really how. So another thing I kind of was realizing in my research was that a lot of these shows were completely finished running in like the 90s. Like even like Dragon Ball GT didn't really like come into like the US until like the very early 2000, like 96 through 2002.
Wasn't Dragon Ball like in the late 80s, like 87, 88?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I mean, like
that didn't even hit big over here until after Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly.
Well, Dragon Ball Z was like everyone's in.
Yeah. So you had Dragon Ball. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Scrolling through his IMDb.
So I'm looking for the Dragon Ball. The Dragon Ball TV series was Dragon Ball TV series 86 to 89. So that's 86 to 89. So I mean, Dragon Ball. Yeah, that was
basically the hook to get the Western audience into anime and manga.
Exactly.
That was like the little seed that planted.
And then Dragon Ball Z, the TV series, was 89 to 96 with
was right after,
with nearly 300 episodes. And the thing about Dragon Ball Z was that like Dragon Ball Z was the show that had like 5 episodes of you watching someone power up. That's the OG one with like with no cut, all the filler.
Yeah.
You had like a 3-minute intro, a 4-minute outro, and like 7 minutes of power up, and then like maybe some story around that.
I remember watching like Goku dies and he's like traveling like the snake path or whatever to heaven, and that lasted for like fucking 10 episodes or whatever, and then it's just like in that movie Kung Pao or whatever, it's like
Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
It's like someone's just at the end and it's like chosen one.
Kakarot's
like, I'm coming. And then it just lasted for fucking ever.
Yeah, he couldn't get anywhere he wanted to or needed to get at any given moment. It was crazy. Dragon Ball GT, however, was 96 to 2002, that
lasted that long?
Yeah.
I didn't think there was that many episodes. Or
no,
they just take a bunch of breaks.
No, it's only 65 episodes.
Oh, they took a bunch of breaks.
I'm sure they like probably like first part took a while, second part, or just released it in like 12 episode seasons, which would be terrible. And honestly,
which would have been weird for back. Not really, because like X-Men and shit's like 13 or so episodes in the mid-90s.
But GT, so out of all, and then there's Super, obviously, and then Super started a while ago. But I was actually really surprised because I remember enjoying these shows into like the mid 2000s. But I mean, but those must have been like all reruns or shit. Because when I was in 96, I was 3 years old. So I'm not watching Dragon Ball GT when I'm 3 years old.
Why not?
Well, I didn't. When I was 3 years old, we didn't have cable either. We only had an antenna.
You poor fuck.
Yeah, we were poor in 96. We were
97 though, man. We hit a bit.
97. We hit it off. No, we moved. I mean, we moved out here in 96. What's that?
Like,
you got a dish.
97. I got a dish.
I don't think did anyone have a dish back in the 90s? Wasn't it all like cable?
I don't know. I was always way behind the times. I had fucking 4 or 5 channels up until I was like in high school. Mm-hmm. Never got internet at home. My dad still doesn't have internet at his place.
Question for you, and I want the audience to answer. I want the audience to answer this too in the comments. Like, which of these two franchises did you like more? Did you like Dragon Ball Z Budokai or Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi, the video games? I'm referencing. So like, there's 3 Tenkaichi, there's 3 Budokai games. Which of those sets did you like more?
Was Tenkaichi more of like a RPG kind of like Final Fantasy-esque kind of one? Where Budokai is a 3D fighter.
You have that flip-flopped.
Do I?
So Tenkaichi was the one where it was more 3D fighting, where you actually had like a terrain to traverse and move
both
around.
Fighting. One was 2D and the other one was 3D.
Yep. So one was more of a Mortal Kombat style with like a 3-dimensional map that you could like move around in, but ultimately
Mortal Kombat's 2D. Still is.
Right. It's more like that. I mean, it's different. Budokai, yeah. Budokai is more like Mortal Kombat, where Tenkaichi is like you could fly around the environment and hide behind giant rocks and shit, and you could get away and escape your opponent, and then you basically only fought when you got close to each other or when you threw blasts at each other. So, but you've played both.
Yeah, I don't remember Tenkaichi that well. Played a hell of a lot more of Budokai. Because I remember just like going into tournaments and just playing that like all fucking day long.
Yeah, tournaments were fun because you could also multiplayer into them, and you'd eventually fight your friend you were sitting next to.
And they were always better. I always sucked at fighting games.
Also, in Budokai 3, I don't remember if Budokai 2 had this, but in Budokai 3 there was an RPG system that I actually thought was kind of good.
Oh, like the main story was.
The main story,
because you can fly across the world or whatever, and then
and you searched for the Dragon Ball, so you could unlock all of the abilities for whatever character you were doing. I mean, Budokai 3 was actually really good. They remastered it one time into the Xbox 360 with like a into the like.
That's
HD.
Before remasters were even really a thing.
Yeah, but I remember the Xbox One and the Xbox, like all the
Xbox original.
Xbox One.
Oh, you're talking about after 360.
Yep, after the 360.
Such a dumb fucking name.
Yeah, they're naming conventions. I mean, at least
no wonder why they're dying.
At least PlayStation's like PS5. Keep it. I mean, PS4, PS5, PS3. Keep it simple.
I don't even think Xbox is going to come out with the next gen.
They're
talking about not.
I'm content with them not. I don't really care. It's not like my hill to die on or anything if they do or don't. I mean, I don't really. I am sick of console players telling me, like, oh, get the Xbox, get Xbox Live, try this new game that's exclusive. I'm like, no, and no. I won't get Xbox Live. I won't spend $500 on a console when I have a $2,000 gaming rig. I'm not going to do any of that nonsense. Yeah, I'm a superior class of gamer.
There's just a soft flex in there.
I'm a high-level gamer. I'm a level 99.
Well, they're putting all their exclusives onto, like, PlayStation now anyway, so...
Yeah.
They're like, all right, we submit.
The point of like the Budokai 3 thing was that Budokai 3 never made it up to Xbox One, and it was never backwards compatible. It was that, and it was Lord of the Rings Conquest. And these games just were not going to be backwards compatible with the Xbox One. And people were like, I was pissed. I was constantly checking the backwards compatibility list because it kept getting updated. Never came out. Never got updated to it. I was pissed. But Budokai 3 is still one of my favorite games.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, I would play the hell out of that game. I'd smash the shit out of some Budokais.
That sounded dirtier than it needed to be.
Yeah, this is a tribute show. This is a tribute show. I gotta be authentic.
Fucking Chi-Chi.
How have you never kissed? You have a child.
So dumb. There's there's a lot of like appreciations. Like Akira Toriyama did a lot for like bringing in Western audiences into like manga and shit, but like when it comes down to like the nitty gritty, like writing and storytelling, it drops off.
I agree.
Hard.
I agree. Like, I want to. So we are going to critique some of the Dragon Ball Z stuff because we actually talked about Dragon Ball Z a lot off podcast, off recording, about like the things that we really liked about the show and things we thought should be changed. And so we are probably going to talk about that because if not now, when? But I want to be clear to people listening. We love Akira Toriyama. We love his contributions to the universe of anime and manga.
You ever played Dragon Quest?
No, I hadn't.
Like got like Dragon Quest, like what was it, 14, or am I just way off in numbers and conflating it with Final Fantasy? But
you could be.
There was like this latest one that came out that was really fun to play. And it's like it's immediate like recognition of like, oh yeah, this is Akira Toriyama's fucking art.
Yeah, it's super recognizable. I mean, it's very distinct. It's very unique. It's the thing about it that's kind of interesting is that if you change the hair, if you like, someone did this with like some artist like on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok did this, where they took the hair off of Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, and like a lot of the Saiyans, and they just take the hair and replace it over the bald head of the characters, and you could change the characters by simply switching their hair up. And I thought that was hilarious. It's
gonna look weird.
If you take Goku's hair, pull it off of Goku's head, and make him bald, do the same thing with Gohan and Vegeta, and you just take their hair and just swap it around, they're the same. They're identical. They're exactly the same.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
Yeah, I mean that's just normal. I mean that's typical.
It's the widow's peak that defines Vegeta.
Exactly. If you didn't,
he's the Nick Cage of Dragon Ball.
Honestly, like. Akira Toriyama is also like accredited with like a disdain for Vegeta, and I know that that's like not unique to him. Like I know the Jujutsu Kaisen creator hates Gojo.
That is like a personal, like a character flaw in
Toriyama
is that he does whatever's popular. Like it worked with Vegeta. He didn't like Vegeta, but Vegeta was so popular that he made him a mainstay.
Yep.
And Goku, being one of the worst protagonists in anime, and I'll die on that hill, is so like when Goku died, Gohan was supposed to take over.
Yep.
Brought Goku back because Goku was so popular.
Yeah.
And it just ruined the fucking series, in my opinion.
I agree, and we're like I said, we're gonna talk about it.
We might as well get into it now.
You think so? I just want to make one more point. Is like one of the interviews that Toriyama did where he was talking about like what happened with Gohan and why Goku stayed part of the story is because he couldn't come up with a compelling story or a good story for Gohan. Like he couldn't carry Gohan into the universe and keep it going. He didn't feel like he could do it.
You could basically do what he did and just Goku's not in the picture now and it's Gohan instead. What?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I don't
What?
I don't know. I mean, it's so easy. I mean, you and me could do this, and I think we should. Okay, so like...
I think we should.
Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a segue here, and for those of you who just wanted to hear about Toriyama...
Yes, the appreciation is over, and now we're going to rip apart his legacy.
I want to caveat again, this is all in respect to the show, to the creator who died. I mean, this is just meant to be a critique. It's not meant to be disrespectful. If it comes off that way, suck a dick. Like we're doing our best here. We love the guy.
It's like if I met the guy, my number one question would be talking about why reverse the decision of the Cell Saga.
Exactly.
That would be the first thing that came up.
Yeah, I want to know, and the fact that the community kind of let this one go. The fact the community let this go is kind of really interesting to me. So if you're just here to hear about Toriyama, we're probably past that at this point. We are going to start talking about like what some of the writing changes that we would have seen done with Gohan in order to carry out that story, and just have a discussion about that. So yeah, if you are
cool dude,
he's a great guy.
Shit writer later in his career.
Dragon Ball Super. Okay. Oh, we should talk about DBZ Super and GT.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
I'll fill in the gaps on GT because I know you hadn't like dug deep into GT.
Yeah,
but I'll fill in the gaps
I
for
don't
that.
care to go into it either, but
Super, we need to talk about.
But it's like through DBZ, like Goku is like a pretty good character or whatever. Up until
Goku is meant to be an effigy for like character building, like building yourself up, overcoming through like trial and error, and constantly making yourself improve.
And that ended with the Cell Saga. Everything after Cell is just Goku picking fights because he likes to fight, and that creates astronomical like reproductions.
Yeah, constant astronomical reproductions.
Where it's like universes are at stake because he likes to fight, and it just becomes the dumbest like plot point to keep the plot going.
See, it wasn't that so that's the problem with GT. GT, it's not as much of a problem in the Boo saga, and I'm just going off of canonical, like going from Super back to Boo saga.
Out Boo right away, but it's like, no, let's just wait around for Boo to go from like fat ass Boo to like, was it Super after that?
Well, no, that's not what happened. What are you talking about?
Well, he's like stage 3 Saiyan, which is cancer.
Well, he can't maintain that. He can't maintain that power, and also he had like 3 hours left of like his ability.
It doesn't matter. He can always come back. They always bring him back. Didn't the dude die like 3 times?
Well, I mean, just narratively. Just narratively, you could write whatever you want, but you could write whatever you want to fix the plot hole. But I'm just saying that the reason Goku didn't finish Boo wasn't because he wanted to fight more. He was
like trash talking and like, I'm so much better than you in Saiyan 3 form, and then
that's just the law of anime, though. Just because Eren Yeager broke the mold doesn't mean that everyone else gets a pass. You don't get to like break the mold. You have to let your opponent finish their transformations.
Nah.
It's the law of anime. I don't know.
It's dumb. It's dumb and I don't like it.
It's dumb and I hate it. My palate has evolved past Dragon Ball. So
right?
I now have...
I'm a grown-ass adult, and now looking back at the writing, it's pretty fucking stupid.
But no, I mean, you had Goku was really believing that Trunks and Goten were meant to do it, and he was really just setting them up to be successful.
Again.
I think there's a deeper plot.
That's another thing that sucks ass is fusion.
I think there's a deeper story element there with like, this was meant to be like another moment where Goku could pass the reins over to the people who are alive.
Yeah,
and it's really their responsibility to... What's that?
And then Akira Toriyama backtracked on it again.
Yeah, that's...
And again.
Yeah.
And again.
Forever. Now in GT...
I fucking hate Goku now.
In GT is really nice because it's actually an isolated story of them trying to find the Black Star Dragon Balls, which are...
Why's it gotta be black?
Well, Emperor Pilaf. You remember Emperor Pilaf in the show?
Now we're just getting super racist.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, wait. No?
You remember Emperor Ping Pong?
Yeah, it's a fucking short dude or whatever, and he's like chasing around Vegeta in Super.
Exactly.
For some reason.
Yeah, so in GT, they get the...
he wishes Goku back into baby state or whatever.
Exactly, and it was an accident. And then, so Goku needs to...
Kids usually are.
Well, they need to find the Black Star Dragon Balls because apparently the Black Star Dragon Balls, 1 year after they're wished upon, they destroy the planet that they are wished upon. So
that's a hell of a like fine print.
Yeah. So it's like,
hey man, I grant you a wish, but you know it's like I gotta blow this shit up later.
Yeah, they're going to find the Black Star Dragon Balls to undo that, and then also make Goku an adult again. So it's really just the adventure of that. And Goku and those guys are really actually, like, Trunks and Pan are actually involved in this storyline too, significantly. Trunks is such an amazing character in all of Dragon Ball. I think his introduction is probably the best.
Throughout, I mean, all the series, I think Trunks is one of the best.
Yeah.
I mean, he stays consistently cool.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
although he does have like he dyes his hair at some point, which is weird.
Yeah. Trunks should have the Z sword instead of Gohan.
What, in GT?
No, and it just in Super Trunks. I mean, adult Trunks should have had like time traveling Trunks should have come back from time to save the universe and grab the Z sword and train with the sword. Like Gohan training with a sword was really silly. I didn't get
Gohan training at all is silly because he's just irrelevant now.
Right. He's green jumpsuit with glasses. Bug biologist. But
he's the point where Piccolo can take. So look, Piccolo is Akira Toriyama's favorite.
Yeah.
But he shits on him throughout the series so much.
Well, the new movie that came out, Piccolo has a lot of dialogue.
The superhero one?
Yeah.
That was actually good.
And then
Piccolo gets another
transformation. Yep.
Yeah. The power scaling is a huge problem with this fucking series.
Which is another reason why I think our rewriting of it would actually be kind of interesting.
It's like Super Saiyan means absolutely nothing now.
Okay, so
it's meant nothing for a while. You got like Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, God,
Greater God,
Kaioken God, Blue God, and then White God.
Black God. There's Black God. There's Goku Black and Pink and Rose.
Oh yeah, Pink and Rose. And then like Ultra Instinct, where he's just Neo at this point and controls the Matrix. But yet again, now there's a one above that, and it's fucking ridiculous.
And there's Ultra Ego, which is Vegeta's God form.
It's fucking my affliction too.
You have the biggest of egos.
It's just, yeah, it's like kind of a show. Like, I think it's a good writing, and it's just like just stop watching for like narrative purposes or whatever after at Cell Saga.
Yeah.
And then go in for the dumbass fucking spectacle after that.
There is a story element in the Buu saga to be appreciated. It's Vegeta. I mean,
Vegeta sacrificing himself.
Vegeta's sacrificing himself. Goku and Vegeta's rivalry kind of set into pace with like him becoming Majin Vegeta, and then that ultimately being put aside to become the Vegito with the Patara earrings.
No, hate Fusion. Fusion's the worst.
You have
except for you can do that dumbass dance with your friend on TikTok.
Gohan kind of rising to that higher level of back into like his position was really good. Like Gohan training with the Z sword and then becoming like the OG. He was supposed to win that fight against Buu or Super Buu. I don't know. It was after Gohan goes down, it's kind of like weird.
So boring. Yeah, and then it becomes like Super Gohan Buu.
Yeah, which was like, oh fuck, now you need a fusion. Okay, so let's talk about like the Cell Saga. Okay, first off, I hate the Frieza Saga. I fucking hate it. I don't like it. I never enjoyed it. I never have fun with it.
Coming in quick.
It's insane.
You gonna flip that hot take over and let it burn a little on the other side?
No, it's hot. It's coming in hot. I don't like the Frieza Saga. I'm not at all compelled by the Ginyu Force. I don't think there's good.
Ginyu's pretty gay.
I don't think there's any good character growth. Maybe
Frog
you could make
Ginyu.
an argument for Vegeta, like kind of.
Vegeta becoming kind of like a super badass.
Yeah, but I mean, like even the best you get from Vegeta in the Frieza Saga is.
I guess the best of the Frieza arc is really towards the end.
Yeah, it's not even like built up. You don't build up to it. Like you get power level like increases and stuff.
You like to edge.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. No, but you don't get any emotional build up in that story. Krillin dies. Spoiler alert.
What?
For the 18th time.
That 4-foot bald midget
who keeps coming along on these adventures for some reason.
Potential unlocked. Oh, it's worthless again.
Yeah, didn't do anything. Krillin
Stupid
dies.
Human.
All of a sudden, Goku gets Super Saiyan. Like,
I would say all of a sudden.
It was pretty much all of the sudden.
It's all of a sudden later in the series where they just start unlocking shit.
What? Specifically Super Saiyan.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, with the alternate universe 6 or whatever, they're just like, you get a little tingling in your back and boom, I got blonde hair.
They actually explain. Don't
try it.
They explain why Super Saiyan is so easy for like the second and third generations of Saiyans. It's because of all the S cells that are on Earth that make it easier for them.
Yeah, you midichlorian the fuck out of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, you know why Vegeta couldn't do it? Because he was a bad guy the entire time. It takes a good guy to be a Super Saiyan too.
No, he became Super Saiyan through pure of heart, pure evil.
Evil.
That was actually the excuse he got in the Cell Saga. He's like, I trained and I raged and I became pure evil and I was pure of heart. And then he's like, good. So it's like didn't really matter, but it was that's an I mean, the excuses they make are kind of lackluster. It's really just to keep the story moving forward.
What story?
The story of the story.
There's no story.
The emotions.
Goku finds like a super powerful person, eggs on a fight, and then bam, trillions of lives are at stake.
But you don't hold that position with the Cell, the Frieza, and the Saiyan.
No, because he's not picking fights then.
Yeah.
Super is all about him like picking fights.
Right. I'm trying to talk about like the earlier sagas. I mean, Super, yes, acknowledged. Super's not great. Absolutely has a lot of problems. Plenty of problems. If you're just looking for dumb action,
the 40-minute tournament or whatever, like the end Super,
yeah,
that lasted 40 fucking episodes. It's a fight for an hour that lasts fucking 20 hours.
It's a multiverse hour, so it's a multiverse hour. So it's like,
well, it's also
eons.
in the Frieza fight. It's like we got 5 minutes before the planet's destroyed, and it goes on for another 20 episodes.
Yeah, timing in the show is also a problem. I think that's more of like a directing issue.
I've heard an excuse like, so it's like, you know, they move so fast and seeing them fight or whatever, and then like you're seeing them do all this at like super speed, like they're the fucking Flash or some shit.
Yeah,
that's been explained away. But then it's like the talking.
Yeah, are they also talking?
Are they
at
also
super
talking
speed?
like super fucking fast?
No, I think.
Like, did you get all that? I know I'm talking really fast, but
well, because if you look, I mean, think about the medium translation between manga and television. Like, you could probably pull this off on manga, like, and it not be like an issue.
Probably, but
as
I
soon
never
as you
learned
bring it
to
to
read,
TV.
so.
What's that?
I said probably, but I never learned to read.
That's fair. You just learn to watch. No,
Apex hours.
Okay, so what were we were talking about if we were to take Gohan as the main character and let Goku die after Cell. Goku dies during Cell Saga.
No bringing him back.
No bringing him back.
Dead.
So the story elements that come next are going to be like Gohan's growth. Gohan's character growth. And Gohan has spent the Cell, Frieza, and Saiyan Saga being trained by Piccolo.
He's been a warrior since he was like 4.
My position on this was, if Gohan was to take over as the main character, Vegeta would step in as his like Saiyan mentor, train him the Saiyan way, and take over, train him how to do all sorts of different Saiyan techniques. And I think Gohan using Gallic Gun would be fucking cool.
It would be. I think it would also like it also make the story more mature, because like Gohan is more mature, I'd say, than his fucking dad is.
Yeah.
As a person.
So is every
like,
character.
And,
yeah.
And like we all grew up watching the show or whatever, and so it's like, all right, let's kind of switch it to more mature shit.
What was the other? There was another show that actually really did that well. Was it Avatar: The Last Airbender? Kind of does that, but
that was just
that's like a summer
growing with the cast. Kind of
Boy,
thing.
I'm trying to think of like a show that actually did that really well, because we were thinking about one.
I had one in mind too.
Yeah, we're thinking of the same one probably, but I'm just like, I'm so struggling.
I got to go into my mind palace and try to find it.
Mind prison.
I think it's right next to Bird Facts.
So Vegeta carries on as Gohan's mentor, trains him how to be, teaches him the Saiyan culture, certain techniques that he can't learn from Piccolo, to make him a better warrior, better fighter, teaches him about the history of Saiyans. In the meantime, Goten is born, Trunks is born, or Trunks is born before Cell shows up, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then you go into the Majin Buu saga, and you meet the Kais, and you learn that the Supreme Kai exists. If you're going to do Gods of Destruction, that's the time to introduce them. But you have to make
a good band name.
Gods of Destruction.
We're metal as fuck.
But if you're going to do Gods of Destruction, you should introduce them at the same time as the Supreme Kais, and you should make it kind of like a joint thing where like Beerus and the Supreme Kai show up and be like, hey, we actually can't interject here, can't intervene. It's not that we're pussies like the Supreme Kai who actually can't do anything about this. It's that we're not allowed to intervene as gods in this type of an affair. BT dubs.
Because our boss is a child that says we can't.
And I'm not saying we need to get into I'm not saying we have to evolve Super Saiyan God. Honestly, in my opinion, that should never exist. Super Saiyan God should never come. I don't think it should come.
Don't come.
Do not come. Okay, where are you at with this now?
Like going off. So you're talking about like introducing the Kais and the Gods of Destruction at like the Boo.
Yeah, at the start, like pretty much at the start.
At the start.
Yeah, you could have them like show up and be fighters in the tournament again. Maybe nerf them a bit so that they're.
I think Gods of Destruction should be in there because then it's like we're like taking away the progression of
Gohan.
Of no the fucking what the hell's it? The power scaling. So we're kind of like nerfing that.
Yeah.
And so keeping the Kais in as like, oh, they're the ones that are kind of like
overseers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the architects of the Matrix.
Yes.
And so, yeah, you can just keep it that way. You don't need to introduce the gods yet because taking away from the power scaling, we're also like keeping in the scaling of the like who's in fucking charge kind of shit.
Yeah. Then you have...
So you can like keep it for like a later date. And
then you have Majin Buu show up, and Goten and Trunks are... Honestly, they should be like a non-factor. Like, I think it should remain difficult to become a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it fucking should.
Like, they would honestly be like...
So it means something.
It would be cool if, like, Goten and Trunks were both being trained by Piccolo.
Doesn't Goten just show up and be like, bam, Super Saiyan. I'm cool as shit, and I'm 10.
I think Vegeta doesn't have his Majin Vegeta storyline, which kind of sucks. It just doesn't make sense. Like he doesn't have that rivalry against Gohan.
Yeah, he doesn't have that rivalry anymore.
Yeah, so there's why? Why would he do that if this is the setting now?
Which is weird that everyone just kind of forgave Vegeta for like blowing up the entire stadium and killing thousands of people.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, no, he's good. He sacrificed.
Those
himself.
are just background characters. Those guys didn't even have faces. We just applied a sound effect and then we were done. They're not real people.
We're so easy to forgive in this culture of like media.
Vegeta did nothing wrong.
Like, we like bad boys. You know, he killed thousands of people. It's like, yeah, but then he like made up for it later. How? He gave this girl a flower.
No,
he's a good guy now.
I think so. Majin Buu shows up.
If I kill thousands of people, I'm not gonna have a fucking redemption arc.
It's Buu.
I could try.
It's Buu versus Vegeta, and I think that goes pretty much the same way. Vegeta still sacrifices himself, and I think
sacrifices himself for the little ones.
Yeah, exactly.
The halflings.
And then Piccolo takes them away. There's no fusion technique to push this out.
There's zero fusion in my version.
Yeah. You expedite the whole like transformation process from Fat Buu to Super Buu. I think
like a quick like montage like Rocky style where he's working out.
No, I just don't think you drag it out as long as they did in this show, where it's like the whole Hercule thing. I think as soon as Boo's out,
I forgot about that fucking guy.
I think as soon as Buu is out of the little pink pustule that he's existing in for a millennia, I think as soon as he's out of there, that conflict between the old Supreme Kai and Buu should just be pretty much resolving itself right away. And like in the middle of the fight with like Vegeta, it kind of comes to a head. Like as soon as he's done with his fight with Vegeta and he's exploded, I think he should kind of reborn out of that fight as Super Buu.
He's exploded.
Yeah. And then I think what would make who'd be up next to fight him? Like you have Gohan is basically the only one you have left if Vegeta dies. Do we introduce more characters at this point?
Is that like another like Frieza arc thing where it's like we have to hold him off. Gohan is coming. Like, we're waiting for the second coming.
No, I don't think so. I think Piccolo probably...
Is Piccolo and Krillin like still statues or some shit?
No, I don't think so. Like, because remember in the original show, they have to go into, like, Babbidi's ship.
How do we get rid of these characters? Well, we'll just have the devil guy spit. He's got Medusa powers all of a sudden.
But spit.
Yeah.
And it's sexy.
God, shit's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot weird in it. So Gohan...
You could have any superpower would be... I'd like, if I spit on people, they turn to stone.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's very practical. Yeah. Feel like at a protest or something, be like,
any bit of my spit. So it's like projectile.
You really hung up on this spit thing, like, and I'd really like to keep going. I'd really like to keep going with like what this idea would look like. Like,
now I'm fantasizing about a world where if my spit
why are you fantasizing right now?
Well, and I'm also like going on like the the nuances of it. So it's like you don't. If you get like a little bit from the side or whatever, it still gets you. So it's like you're like training night and day to become a A1 spitter.
Spitballs. You make spitballs. I think that still works.
Yeah, you're just a dude with a fucking...
All the little paper balls would turn to cement right away.
Straw.
So you just...
No, it's only organic living matter.
Is it?
Yes.
You sure?
I'm making up the rules.
You just setting the rules.
Hey, I don't make up the rules. I just write them down and say them later.
All right, so we're 3 minutes in on this spit thing. And, yeah. So Gohan's probably...
for the hardcore listeners. They're so
yeah, people who are making it to the end of this are like, what the fuck are they on about? And they're probably writing, like, 10 reasons why Gohan can't be the main character and why that doesn't work and whatnot. Probably some like, niche thing from one of the movies that we missed.
I kind of want a poll going. It's like, is Goku like a good protagonist or whatever?
We could do that. We could fire it off. I mean, why not?
I don't want to say 100% no.
It'd be yeah, that's true, or hell nah. It'd be one of those answers.
Okay. You're the one that writes it, so.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I have the power.
I have the power.
I have the power.
You just recently got the power back.
You could do you could introduce Broly sooner and bring Broly in as like
not
a character.
The Boo arc, because that would have too many things going on. It's like all of a sudden we got to deal with that fucking ape.
Well, I'm trying to come up with like a scenario that makes sense for like who fights him next.
Like after like the Boo saga and whatnot, then it's just like just done. We don't need to keep going.
Yeah, we do.
We don't need to create wolf people. It got really lazy with character creation and design after Boo.
So after Boo, you do Super. You have Oob, you have Super, you have Trunks and Goten as adults. They're still pursuing the Black Star Dragon Balls. Earth is still in danger. Pan is a character.
Isn't Goten and Trunks still kids in Super?
In Super they are, but not in GT.
Which is insane because like the end of the Boo to the start of Super is like a 15-20 year gap in our timeline.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, these guys, nothing's happened. It's just right next is like, oh, now fucking gods are a thing.
I think if Gohan was fighting Kid Buu and Gohan died as a result of that fight, but actually still wound up defeating Kid Buu, and Kid Buu was revived back or reincarnated as Oob, and Oob was like kind of like the new protag with like Trunks and Goten kind of being like side characters, I wouldn't hate something like that.
I would.
You would hate that?
Yeah. No one gives a fuck about Oob.
Oob is great.
Is
this a race thing? Is this a racial thing?
Yes.
You damn bigot. You ruin all good things with your hatred.
Well, one, he's got
prejudice.
Zero characters, so you could basically supplant any kind of characteristics of his personnel onto him.
Well, he's
a blank slate right now.
Well, I think it's either that or Trunks takes over as the main character.
Which everyone loves Trunks.
I love Trunks. Trunks is great. Trunks would be like a really good main character.
And then we go into his future. And it's like, how different or how alike is it from his other future?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Honestly, like, I want Super Saiyan 4. I want it so badly. Super Saiyan 4 is one of the coolest transformations ever. Well, they get their fucking tails back and they become god
blue
monkeys.
Hair. Let's have that in. No.
They become super monkeys again.
You don't bring it in for superficial shit like it looks cool.
It's not. It's like the complete Saiyan. It's like the perfected Saiyan.
Now he's just a smaller monkey.
Yeah.
They used to be big monkeys.
Yeah.
The perfect Saiyan is a smaller monkey.
It's like the imperfect Saiyan is the monkey because they don't have control over it, except for like Vegeta, who like masters control over it. Like my understanding was that they go wild.
Because he's a little guy.
Vegeta?
He's got a Napoleon complex,
Yeah.
and he becomes a big monkey, and it's like now he's complete.
Right. But in Super Saiyan 4, you basically condense all of the giant monkey power into like the Super Saiyan form.
It's like a black hole of monkey power. It's just
Super Saiyan 4 is one of the coolest transformations. I will die. That's my hill to die on. I think it's required reading. Goten and Trunks can easily carry the torch with Super Saiyan 4 transformations. I think that'd be badass. I think it'd be like Super Saiyan 3 is like off limits. Like it's like taboo to use because it drains so much power from you and it's so bad in a fight, and so inefficient, just like Super Saiyan 2. And then you create this mastered form.
The worst Super Saiyan in the games.
And then you create
it's
this.
like if you transform to Super Saiyan 3, it's like you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yeah. So it's like taboo in our story, in our alternate telling of the story. It's taboo to use 2 or 3. You basically just use Super Saiyan 1, but then you create and then Super Saiyan 4 technique is like the perfected version where you obtain all of the power of your Super Monkey form and all of the efficiency of Super Saiyan 1, and you just go to like the perfect form of a Super Saiyan. Goten and Trunks being the two to carry that torch, I think would be very poetic.
I mean, you are turning me on this. Where it's like, yeah, but
and then they fuse. Then they go fusion.
Fuck!
Damn it! You almost had me.
You just had to bring earrings into this.
No. The dance for sure. No rings, no earrings. Because the earrings are permanent until they're not permanent. That was another
stupid fucking thing. It's like, all right, wasn't it like
permanent?
Yeah.
Until it's not.
The next episode's like, nah. Well, forget I wrote that.
Well, Majin Buu's stomach acid dissolved the Patara earrings, and what are they gonna be now? And like not fused?
Fucking dumb.
Yeah, it was they really retconned the shit out of those Patara earrings.
Although I do like Gotenks.
Yeah, Gotenks is good.
It should just be like a character in itself. That should have been the thing. They fuse and they're stuck like that. They're stuck as that punk ass Gotenks.
Well, so. There's Vegito, which is
that dude's got a fly fit too.
There's Vegito, which is the Patara earring fusion, and then Gogeta, which is the which is the fusion dance form, but it's Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is.
Oh, my brain's out.
Why is your brain out? Pay fuck attention.
So which one's better?
So Patara
the one
earring.
With the Vegeta is the first part of the name, or the one where the Goku's the first part of the name?
In my opinion, Gogeta is stronger by a lot. My understanding is my opinion is that Gogeta is much stronger. Apparently, it's canonical that Vegito is the stronger form between the two, and I'm just sitting here thinking Vegito never goes Super Saiyan 4. So first off, it's a much higher level of power for just having Super Saiyan 4. And then the fusion dance is meant to be like a multiplicative like fusion, and but it burns power that much faster. Like you only have like a 30-minute timer with the fusion.
Time means nothing.
Well, not narratively, but I'm just saying
30-minute timer, dude, that's like fucking 35 episodes.
That's a season.
Bro. Yeah, it's a whole season. We're good. We're Gucci.
But my point is that the Gogeta should be stronger, but apparently it's known that Vegito is stronger, and I'm just like, bullshit. Fuck you. Eat a dick. Now, okay, so they don't fuse in our writings of this, in our telling of this, they don't fuse. But I do think that Super Saiyan 4 Trunks, Super Saiyan 4 Goten would be fucking amazing. And I still think Baby should be a villain in the universe. I love Baby as a villain. Omega Shenron makes a lot of sense for me if they're still using the Dragon Balls. I think that makes a ton of sense for me.
You're a big fan of GT, aren't you?
I think that they had the best. I think that Baby and Omega Shenron were awesome villains. I don't think they live up to Cell. I think Frieza's actually like an easy beat. I think I am the evil Supreme Emperor with the weird quirky voice is kind of a lame character. I don't like Frieza. I don't
like Frieza.
That's my hot take.
I think Frieza should be the main character.
Frieza's son.
I think it's Golden Frieza.
If Frieza had a son and ended up being like the end bad between like Goten and Trunks and like Frieza's like evil child,
Frieza's immortal.
Could be interesting. He's not.
In my head movies,
he is. All right. Anything to add here? Because I think we've covered basically everything we wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, it's good up until a certain point, then it's shit.
Yeah. Honestly,
and I genuinely want people to like, what's your opinion on Goku? Because I fucking cannot stand Goku.
I agree. We'll put that out into a poll after this goes up.
His fucking prison jumpsuit is cool and all.
Yeah.
But the character sucks dick.
Well, it's on a million backpacks and
He's had 2
lunchboxes.
kids, never kisses his wife. What a horrible person.
Is it 2 kids? Yeah, it is 2 kids, yeah. I don't know why I thought it was 3. I thought it was 3. I don't know why. I was wrong.
Oh, you're thinking like granddaughter or something.
Yeah, I was thinking. For some reason in my mind, a 3rd made sense. But so I guess we never introduced Broly. He's just done.
I mean, Broly's such a nothing character anyway. I mean, he's got a good movie.
He's got great moves. He's got like 4, I think.
Yeah, I've only seen like 1, and then like.
What about Cooler?
The new one.
What about Cooler?
Cooler's not even canonical.
Not even canonical.
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 Oh, he's kind of. I don't know much about him.
He's. I'm pretty sure he's canonical as Frieza's brother, but he's in the movies, and I don't know if the movies are like.
Yeah,
hard locked.
I just heard at some point the movies aren't canonical.
I gotcha. I think I've heard something similar, but I mean, it's like known, but it's not canon. It's known.
It's noon.
All right. You want to wrap it up there?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. Thank you for giving us a really amazing product with a long, long history.
Introducing anime to the Western culture.
Introducing anime to the Western culture. Huge cultural contributions. You will be remembered. Goku is kind of meh. You did your best.
Love you, man. Your main character sucks.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. If you guys did make it to the end of the video, please make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, share the video out there so that other people can, smash the shit out of us in the comments on our takes on Akira Toriyama's work.
Mostly you.
Mostly me?
Yeah, people just don't like you.
People don't tend to like me. I mean,
it's just, they can't see your face, but like they can picture it hearing your voice, and it's still punchable.
It's very punchable, guys. All right, we'll leave it there. We love you guys. Peace.
See ya.